Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois. First tonight, police are releasing new information about an investigation into a death in Bar Harbor. A little after 11:30 Sunday morning, Bar Harbor police were called to Des Isle Avenue for a report of a death in an apartment. Maine State Police responded to assist with that investigation. The body was taken to the office of Chief Medical Examiner in Augusta, where an autopsy was performed on Monday. Today, a spokesperson says based on the evidence, it does not appear the death is suspicious. We'll keep you updated as we learn more about this case. Former President Donald Trump has officially appealed the decision from Maine Secretary of State Shenna Bellows that barred him from Maine's GOP primary ballot. The appeal was filed Tuesday afternoon in Kennebec Superior Court and claims that Secretary Bellows had no authority to consider the federal constitutional issues presented by the challengers. He also argues that she made multiple errors of law and acted in an arbitrary and capricious manner. Under Maine law, the Superior Court would have to issue a ruling on the appeal no later than January 17th. You can read the full appeal on our website, foxbangor.com. On Thursday, a homicide took place inside Damon's Beverage on Jefferson Street in Waterville. Today, the store reopened its doors to customers. The person of interest, Spritel Hubiak, was found by police in Flippin, Arkansas on Sunday. Police say Hubiak fled from officers in his black Ford Taurus. The pursuit ended when Hubiak stepped out of that vehicle, allegedly with a rifle in hand, and an Arkansas law enforcement officer shot him multiple times. Right now, he's recovering from his injuries and is expected to be extradited back to Maine when he's released from the hospital. The new year means new laws taking effect, one of those laws impacting the way insurance companies charge people seeking abortions. The new law, which went into effect on Monday, ensures that women who seek abortion care with private health insurance coverage won't be charged a co-insurance, co-payment, deductible, or other cost-sharing fees before they receive care. According to Planned Parenthood of Northern New England, cost can be a huge barrier to access for someone seeking an abortion. They say most employer-sponsored health insurance plans have a deductible of around $2,600 or more, and the cost of an abortion ranges between $500 and $1,000.
But this law is a huge step forward in addressing the accessibility and affordability of abortion care in Maine. The high cost of abortion can be a huge barrier to access. So eliminating financial barriers to abortion is essential to ensure people get the health care they need and deserve. So this law means that Mainers with health insurance plans can get the abortion care they need when they need it without worrying how they'll have to pay for it.
She says insurance plans that are not regulated by the state, such as self-insured plans, would be exempt from the new law. The Kennebec County Sheriff's Office arrested 3 people in China after finding a drug operation inside a home. Our Matthew Jurancic has the latest.
36-year-old Cheng Zhen Chen, 41-year-old Bing Su, and 43-year-old Aiken Chen were arrested after deputies found a substantial amount of unlicensed commercial marijuana growing inside their 1144 Route 3 home.
It's good to know that the sheriffs got on that quick and were able to solve the issue that was going on and bring things to a little bit of an ease.
According to the Kennebec County Sheriff's Office, law enforcement seized 970 mature plants and many seedlings. The department says deputies responded to the residents after receiving a tip that someone was being held against their will, but only the 3 individuals were present. We spoke to workers at Toby's Grocery, not even a mile down the road, who say they were shocked in hearing this news.
It's definitely surprising to hear for me. You don't hear too many things that happen like that around here.
I know that people smoke it, but I never realized that it would be so close to like where I work and stuff. But it doesn't really happen like around this community. I mean, I would expect it like in Augusta or Portland, but not here.
In China, Matthew Jurancic, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
State police conducted separate busts at 2 other illegal marijuana grow operations today in the town of Belgrade. A spokesperson says around 11 a.m., troopers executed 2 search warrants at a home on Guptill Road and another on Point Road following multiple complaints. As a result of their searches, troopers seized 2,300 plants and arrested 44-year-old Wei Quan Chen of Massachusetts and 66-year-old Lehman Chan of Florida. Both were charged with illegal cultivation of marijuana and unlawful trafficking in scheduled drugs and taken to the Kennebec County Jail. Anyone with information on this case is encouraged to contact state police at 624-7076. Portland police say drug use remains a major concern for them. The department reports there were 527 overdoses in 2023. That in Portland alone, 47 of those overdoses were deadly. These numbers are all subject to a year-end review, but that's 9 more than in 2022.
There was a concern. There was a big spike, I think, from roughly around Christmas time up until New Year's. So we're going to look at those numbers, and we hope they improve now that the holidays are over. But yeah, we did see a big spike.
Chief Dubois also commented on Maine's new law that took effect yesterday, requiring police officers across the state to carry Narcan.
Definitely helps. I would say almost a daily basis we're administering Narcan for overdoses. I think we're ordering around 750 doses for this coming year. We're going to look at the numbers and see where we're at, but it absolutely saves lives every day.
The sponsor of the Narcan bill claims it would have saved more than 700 lives last year alone. Governor Mills, meanwhile, is responding to her initial claims that the National Weather Service failed to accurately predict and warn her about the severity of the December 18th storm. At her December 20th press conference, Governor Mills made the claim that the National Weather Service did not predict 60 to 70 mile-an-hour winds or 4 to 5 inches of rain anywhere in the state. Days later, the National Weather Service responded to the governor, saying they did in fact predict and brief Maine emergency management officials for nearly a week leading up to the storm about its potential impact. At a press conference today, Governor Mills was asked about her response to the National Weather Service's statement.
I appreciate our partnership with the National Weather Service. They're a vital agency. Their information is vital, and I want to ensure that we continue to have a good relationship with them. I have no criticism of them today.
Governor Mills added that officials from FEMA arrived in Maine today, and they'll be working with Maine Emergency Management Agency to officially determine the financial impact of that storm. Businesses affected by that very storm may soon be eligible for thousands of dollars in recovery grants under the Maine Business Relief Fund. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard has the details.
Recent severe wind and rainstorm, along with major flooding, was devastating for so many people, so many businesses, so many communities.
The goal of the Maine Business Relief Fund is to provide some direct financial relief to help businesses clean up, restock, and get back on their feet quickly.
The severe storm on December 18th brought road washouts and power outages that lasted for days, as well as flooding the Kennebec River has not seen in decades. According to Katie Dougherty, the executive director of the Kennebec Valley Chamber of Commerce, this storm impacted many businesses across the region.
Yeah, I mean, some businesses don't have insurance. Thankfully, a lot do, but I mean, they had to throw away. So a lot of the businesses have freezers and their supplies in the basement. That's all gone.
The Maine Business Relief Fund was inspired by similar efforts in Vermont that raised over $800,000 after their historic flooding last year. The funds are meant to help cover expenses such as replacing equipment, operating expenses, or assisting with cleanup efforts.
The valuable experience provided a very helpful template for the Maine Business Relief Fund.
We expect to be able to grant up to $10,000 that will depend on the funds that are ultimately raised.
The relief funds will raise the funds by individuals and businesses that wish to donate. Picard says they've established the fund under the Maine Business Education Partnership, which is a 501c3 charity, and donations are tax deductible. Dougherty says the fund should help get businesses back on their feet and hopefully prevent some businesses from closing.
You know, the Kennebec Valley region is a very tight-knit community, and they're also worried about their employees. So this fund is going to be a huge assistance, but the businesses are still going to be struggling.
To apply for financial relief or to find out how to donate to the fund, you can visit MaineBusinessReliefFund.com. In Augusta, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
All right, and looking outdoors today, much calmer out there, but still pretty chilly. Let's turn things over to Jeff Weller with a first check of our forecast now.
All right, thank you very much. Your first weather is brought to you by Winterport Sheds. You need extra storage, a place to live, camp on your lot, a building for your pet at Winterport at the Bangor Mall and at winterportsheds.com. Okay, let's talk about temperatures today. Hanging out in the 30s, that's not normal. The average high temperature should be in the 20s. We did not do that today. Tomorrow is going to be even warmer, though, with some of us getting close to 40 for high temperatures tomorrow. The wind kind of been all over the place today, right? Out of the west, out of the south, and outside of the north. It got a little gusty for a while. We could see wind gusts tonight near 10 to 15 miles per hour, making it feel a bit cooler outside. Lots of partly cloudy skies across the region now. We'll keep it that way overnight tonight and then keep things partly cloudy across the area for tomorrow. Our next chance for precipitation gets in here on Thursday with a little bit of light snow. Our forecast then tonight, though, is partly cloudy skies, low temperatures down near 20. Your full forecast is coming up.
All right, thank you, Jeff. We'll check in with you in a little bit. And still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, Bangor City Councilors announce how they're planning to allocate their remaining pandemic relief funds. Anna Game Warden shares some potentially life-saving tips for staying safe on frozen lakes and ponds. Stay tuned for those stories and more.
Quitting smoking, vaping, and other tobacco may be tough, but you can do it. Even if you don't get it right the first time, don't give up. Working with a quit coach increases your chances of successfully quitting, especially combined with quit medications. That's why each quit program through the Maine Quit link offers free patches, gum, and/or lozenges and helps you build a customized quit plan. Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW or enroll online at mainequitlink.com. It's free and it works.
Maine Commercial Solar offers a variety of services including solar systems design, sales, maintenance, and installation. Maine Commercial Solar can help you with existing or new systems. We offer packages for installation by others, or we can help you build your own solar array, smaller residential or anything in between. Maine Commercial Solar is currently hiring in Herman for multiple positions. We offer competitive pay, a 3% IRA match, vacation, holiday time, and a family-oriented environment. If interested, please call Jason at 848-7486.
The Orono Arcade is an ideal birthday party destination. We have the best arcade video games, including Tomb Raider, Halo, Need for Speed, Mario Kart, and Luigi's Mansion. You are guaranteed to have hours of fun. Plus, we also have a 9-hole blacklight mini golf course that changes weekly. Allow us to provide hours of fun for you and your friends. You bring the cake, we'll provide the entertainment. Call us today to schedule your birthday party event, 889-3166.
CEM DP Porter Contractors has been in business for over 40 years in the Bangor area. We specialize in commercial, medical, and residential design build construction, as well as building maintenance and renovations. CEM DP Porter Contractors is currently hiring in Herman for multiple positions, including carpenters and a project manager superintendent. We offer vacation, holidays, a 3% IRA match, competitive pay, and a family-oriented environment. If interested in applying, please contact Jason at 848-7486.
Returns Wednesday, January 3rd on Fox.
Hello, I'm Emma Smith, and coming up on Good Morning Maine, we'll hear the latest from Augusta, with there being a new law that will affect people seeking abortions in Maine, which will eliminate out-of-pocket costs for people seeking abortion care. And the governor will be at a press conference to talk about a new business relief fund. These stories and more coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Welcome back. The Bangor City Council has coined 2024 as the year of housing, and city officials say that's how they plan to allocate their remaining federal relief funding before they reach a deadline. Our Grace Blanchard explains.
We now have $3.8 million approximately that has yet to be obligated.
Over the past year, the city of Bangor has allocated over $17 million to several community organizations through the American Rescue Plan Act.
If you make an investment, all tides rise, and that's what we want to do.
According to the city manager, the council has until the end of the year to obligate the remaining funds and are prepared to prioritize funding for housing solutions.
I would like to see the city step up and find some of the solutions on its own instead of always looking to the not-for-profits.
Those who have received ARPA funding, like the Together Place Peer Recovery Center in Bangor, have until the end of 2026 to utilize their funding.
Really hope we're able to find a building to satisfy the ARPA application and to expand. We want to find, the original application was to find a building that had 6 units in it that could house 10 people.
State Representative Amy Rader says the funding can only go so far to address the housing issues.
Concerned that the funding is not necessarily going to do anything to help our unhoused citizens, because because we're still waiting on that request for proposal for a study to determine what the needs are.
However, the city says they do plan to move forward with a Bangor-centered housing study and plan to continue searching for housing solutions well beyond the expiration of the ARPA funds.
Now it's okay. We've now established that housing is going to be our priority, so we ought to put our resources behind it.
In Bangor, Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
As we get further into winter, the Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife wants people to be aware that just because the temperatures might drop below freezing, it doesn't mean the ice is safe. Our Doug Banks spoke with a Maine game warden about what people should know before stepping out on the ice.
Maine is comprised of over 6,000 lakes and ponds, but not every one of those is ready to be stepped on. Pushaw Lake being one.
This year we got snow before we really had good ice pack, so that affected it a little bit. And then we get the warm weather right around Christmas right behind it that melted a lot of our ice.
For those eager to get out on the ice, Maine Game Warden Aaron Rideout says to never go out on the ice alone and let others know where you'll be and what time you're expected to be home. In case of an emergency, bring a cell phone, warm clothing, and tools that'll help you start a fire. And bring an ice auger or a chisel to check the ice frequently, so you won't find yourself in a dangerous spot of ice. And according to Rideout, that is
anywhere where there's darker, slushy colored ice, that's ice that's not as structurally sound, and also anywhere where there might be moving water, whether that's an inlet, an outlet, or possibly a spring hole where water will be moving.
Rideout says the ice you want to see is clear, light blue, and with minimal air bubbles. If that's not below your feet, it's better to stay on shore.
Keep in the back of your mind that going out on the ice can be dangerous, and just make sure that you're prepared.
In Glenburn, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Some great things to keep in mind there. All right, well, coming up, we'll have some of the biggest headlines from across the nation and the world, including an update on Israel's war on Hamas, plus the latest on the race for the White House. Stay with us.
Football fans, with a Caesars Sportsbook app, you can be in the game all the time. Seeking instant action? Quick Picks offers you the most popular games and markets, already built for you and ready to bet. Experience the thrill when you stack your bets to create a super parlay. Build bets for your favorite teams and players across multiple games. This season, don't just watch the game. Download Caesars Sportsbook and experience the game like never before.
As soon as you come out from your carpentry apprenticeship class, you get straight to work with everybody else. You can go into that carpentry apprenticeship class with no skills. They will teach you, they will make sure that you're comfortable before they ever send you out. An apprenticeship is better because, especially me, I'm a very hands-on learner. I wanted to go from having a job that paid my bills to having a passion and a career that really would take me places.
Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts from reputable brands to ensure your vehicle is safe to drive. Here at Silver Fox, there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Come see us at 2004 Audlin Road in Herman.
When you've experienced fire and smoke damage in your home, when pipes break and you have water everywhere, when you're concerned about your family's health because of mold, you need a friendly face to take care of it all. You need the friendly faces of Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. We're just a click or call away. Whatever life throws at you, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration is here for you. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest.
Winter is flu season, and not only that, but COVID is still with us, as is RSV. Remember, it takes your body about 2 weeks after you get any vaccination to ramp up those antibodies. Now is the time for you and your family to get vaccinated against the flu, COVID, and RSV. Updated vaccines are now available for flu and COVID-19, and depending on your age, active steps you can take to prevent RSV. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist, or go to vaccines.gov. A message from the Maine CDC, this station, and the Maine Association of Broadcasters.
there's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
There are growing concerns about a wider regional conflict in the Middle East after an explosion in Lebanon's capital killed a senior Hamas leader. In the south, heavy fighting is being reported in Gaza one day after Israel said it was withdrawing thousands of troops. Fox's Trey Yanks is following it all from Tel Aviv.
The fiery aftermath of a drone strike illuminates a street south of Beirut. The strike's target, Hamas deputy chairman Salah al-Aruri. A key Hamas political figure, al-Aruri met this October with Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah. He was also considered one of Hamas's main links to Iran. Reports indicate Israel is bracing for retaliation from the Lebanese militant group Hezbollah or Palestinian factions that could include long-range fire toward Israeli cities.
The IDF is at a very high level of readiness in all arenas, in defense and offense. We are in a high state of readiness for any scenario.
The uncertainty along Israel's northern front comes as the IDF continues to push forward with operations in southern Gaza, going after new Hamas hideouts and infrastructure. Israel's Minister of Defense, Yoav Gallant, visited troops in the enclave who are starting to wrap up more intense fighting in certain areas.
This means that in this place, tactically speaking, we will operate via firepower, some maneuvering, special operations, and if necessary, we will hold this area for a period of time. The goal is to exhaust the enemy and eliminate them.
A Palestinian source in Gaza indicated to Fox News that airstrikes have been less intense over the past 24 hours, but that humanitarian needs remain. Displaced Palestinians in the southern city of Rafah await much-needed humanitarian supplies that continue to trickle in, as the United Nations called the current amount of support woefully inadequate. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken was scheduled to visit the region this week, though his trip was delayed after events on the ground. In Tel Aviv, Trey Yanks, Fox News.
After weeks of backlash over her response to anti-Semitism on campus and accusations of plagiarism, Harvard University's president resigned on Tuesday. Fox's Caroline Shively has the details.
Harvard President Claudine Gay called it quits Tuesday, resigning from her post just weeks after a congressional hearing where she failed to say promoting the genocide of Jews violated university policies.
Calling for the genocide of Jews violates Harvard Code of Conduct, correct?
Again, it depends on the context.
It does not depend on the context. The answer is yes, and this is why you should resign.
Gay is the second Ivy League president to lose her job after that hearing. University of Pennsylvania head Elizabeth McGill resigned on December 9th. Both faced backlash following their responses to the October 7th Hamas terror attack on Israel.
Our Jewish American students felt so threatened and unsafe and unsupported by not just the leadership of these institutions, but by their boards.
And I hope that this day, January 2nd, moving onwards, can be a day where we can take into account the fact that learning matters, education matters, and taking a stand against hate and anti-Semitism also matters.
Some professors are questioning the process that led to Gay's resignation.
I think asking a president to resign because congressional leaders don't like their testimony, that's not something that I support.
Gay also faced accusations of plagiarism, which Harvard's governing board called a few instances of inadequate citation. In her resignation email, she wrote, "It has been distressing to have doubt cast on my commitments to confronting hate and to upholding scholarly rigor, two bedrock values that are fundamental to who I am."
Gay plans to remain at Harvard as a member of the faculty. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
The names of more than 170 people with ties to late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein are expected to be revealed in court documents this week. One report indicates a former president could be mentioned more than 50 times. Fox's Eric Shawn has the story.
Jeffrey Epstein may have been a notorious sex offender, but he was also accepted into the highest levels of the nation's financial and political circles. And now we will likely get a new peek inside his world. The identities of more than 170 people expected to be revealed after a New York federal judge ruled there was no legal justification to still keep the names of Epstein's friends a secret. ABC News reports former President Bill Clinton is mentioned 50 times, previously as John Doe number 36. Here you see him shaking hands with Epstein, along with Epstein's sometimes girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, in 1993. There is no indication the sealed records contain evidence of illegal conduct by Clinton. The court filings will be released as part of a settled civil lawsuit from one of Epstein's accusers, Virginia Giuffre. Giuffre says she was sex trafficked by Epstein and Maxwell starting when she was 16 years old. She claims she was forced to have sex with Prince Andrew and sued him. He denied it, and the case was settled out of court. Reports also show old flight logs named Clinton, as well as former President Donald Trump and a host of other top business and political names as passengers who flew in Epstein's private jets. There is no indication they did anything wrong. You may recall that Epstein was found dead in his jail cell in downtown Manhattan in 2019. Authorities say he committed suicide by hanging himself as he faced sex trafficking charges. As for Ghislaine Maxwell, she is now serving 20 years in prison for trafficking underage girls for Epstein. In New York, Eric Shawn, Fox News.
Well, it's less than 2 weeks now until voters start having a say in the 2024 campaign, and there could be some surprises looming in Iowa and New Hampshire. Polls have shown for months that voter discontent with the two frontrunners is off the charts, leading some to expect the unexpected. Fox's Rich Edson has the latest.
2024 is finally here, and after celebrating the new year in St. Croix, President Biden returns to some troubling new poll numbers. A USA Today Suffolk University poll out Tuesday shows the traditional Democratic base of Black, Hispanic, and young voters are abandoning the president, putting his re-election prospects in peril.
What we've done for the Black community and the Latino community, Black community, when the president walked in, unemployment was at 9.2%. Now it's under 6%. That's because of Bidenomics.
Biden's support among Black voters cratered to 63%, down from 87% in 2020. Some of those voters appear ready to support a third-party candidate.
The White House press secretary goes out and says Bidenomics is working. The president's job approval on the economy is 30%. There's a basic rule of marketing. If you got a product that stinks, don't put your name on it.
While former President Trump maintains his commanding lead for the Republican nomination, his campaign says he's not taking Iowa for granted, the way some analysts say he did in 2020.
The poll numbers are scary because we're leading by so much. The key is you have to get out and vote.
But there are distractions. With 4 upcoming court cases and fights to be on the ballot in several states, it's exhausting some voters. Call it front-runner fatigue, and it could mean surprises for 2024.
Trump is not the guy, neither is Biden. The independent voter in New Hampshire is going to be a big wake-up call for the entire country.
And all the voter discontent also carries over to Capitol Hill, where thin margins mean control of the House and Senate will be up for grabs yet again. In Washington, Rich Edson, Fox News.
And still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, we'll introduce you to a pair of local farmers who operate with an emphasis on sustainability. And in sports, Maine men's hockey is ranked 7th in the nation right now, and they're on a 6-game win streak. How newer faces have contributed to that success. Stay with us.
John Hamm stars as Detective Marvin Flute in Grim. Wait, Big Bite. Grimsburg. Special preview January 7th on Fox.
For the best selection in classic and contemporary furnishings, stop by Richard Parks Furniture on High Street in Ellsworth. Handcrafted New England-made bedrooms and dining rooms, imported Scandinavian recliners and upholstery, more than 40 lines of furniture for the home and patio. Richard Parks Furniture is your #1 stop for quality, functionality, and well-designed furniture at affordable prices. Richard Parks Furniture.
Discover Richard Parks.
132 High Street in Ellsworth.
Discover Richard Parks.
Jerry's Used Cars has been a family-owned business for more than 30 years, currently in Corinna and Vesey. However, we have changed a little as we are no longer just a buy here, pay here dealership. We now have access to outside financing and also carry utility trailers. We would be happy to assist you with your next vehicle purchase. And don't forget, here at Jerry's Used Cars, we offer an extended warranty. So give us a call at either our Corinna or Vesey location.
Do you need to replace your old, worn-out windows? Then you need to call Renewal by Andersen today. We're the replacement window division of Andersen, which means you can get your project started right away by scheduling a free in-home consultation. Ask your consultant about pricing options, including our 1-year price lock guarantee quote. Call now to schedule your free design consultation. This fantastic money-saving deal with great financing ends soon. Installation is always included. Call now.
The Orono Arcade is an ideal birthday party destination. We have the best arcade video games, including Tomb Raider, Halo, Need for Speed, Mario Kart, and Luigi's Mansion. You are guaranteed to have hours of fun. Plus, we also have a 9-hole blacklight mini golf course that changes weekly. Allow us to provide hours of fun for you and your friends. You bring the cake, we'll provide the entertainment. Call us today to schedule your birthday party event, 889-3166.
This is it. This is the moment.
Are you ready?
Let's go.
What celebrity is in fear?
Let's light it up.
We are upping the ante. People are screaming with excitement.
I'm putting my heart on the line.
It all comes down to this.
Let's get it on.
It's going to be huge.
Yeah!
I like the sound of that.
One more episode.
Keeps getting better.
Officials in Japan are dealing with multiple tragedies on just the second day of the new year. Fox's Greg Palcott has more from London.
A tragic accident on a Japanese airport runway causing multiple deaths on Tuesday. It happened at Haneda Airport in Tokyo. A packed Airbus plane taxiing on the runway was involved in a collision with a Japanese Coast Guard plane, apparently just landing at the airport. The collision triggering a massive fire. You can see it igniting here. The cabin almost immediately filled with smoke, but amazingly, all passengers and crew appear to have made it out alive.
Japan Airlines informed Japan's Civil Aviation Bureau that 379 people, including 367 passengers and 12 crew members, had been safely evacuated.
But the occupants of the other plane, Japanese service members returning from an aid mission, were not as lucky.
Regarding the Coast Guard plane, one captain was evacuated, but 5 other crew members were confirmed dead.
The accident happened in part because of another major disaster that happened yesterday in Japan. A massive 7.6 magnitude earthquake slammed a western region of the country New Year's Day, causing dozens of deaths and widespread destruction. That Tokyo airport is now closed as crews work to clear the runway. Officials say they'll get it running again as soon as possible to prevent any delays to the rescue and recovery mission.
I was shocked. You never know what will happen. There was an earthquake yesterday, too. Once I got here, there's the fire. You just never know.
Japanese officials say they still don't know the cause of the accident. Multiple agencies are now investigating. In London, Greg Palcott, Fox News.
Meanwhile, new CDC data shows respiratory virus activity is high and rising across the U.S., causing huge spikes in flu, RSV, and COVID. Fox's Jonathan Seary has more.
It's a new year, but we're still facing the same threat of a triple-demic as COVID, flu, and RSV cases spike across the country. Nationally, COVID-19 remains the biggest driver of serious respiratory viruses. Emergency room visits are up 12%, and hospitalizations jumped about 17% in the past week, driven largely by the new JN1 strain, which is thought to be more contagious than previous variants.
When we do have hospitalizations or severe infections or deaths, it's normally in immunocompromised or higher risk individuals, just because it takes a little bit longer for their body to recuperate and their systems aren't as strong.
The CDC also warns flu activity is rising rapidly. More than 7 million illnesses and 73,000 hospitalizations reported so far this season. It's largely due to low vaccination rates. Less than half of American adults and children have gotten the flu vaccine this year, and that could mean another big surge in cases.
You create sort of this perfect environment where people can share and have less resistance to things they normally would potentially not get.
And with plenty of cold weather in the months ahead, public health officials are urging the public to get those vaccines and also get back to basics with mitigation efforts.
I will wear masks and I carry hand sanitizer around and try and keep my hands away from my face.
and do the best I can. And that's basically the best thing that you can do.
The good news, the spread of RSV seems to be slowing down, although hospitalization rates remain high. In Atlanta, Jonathan Seri, Fox News.
The most common New Year's resolutions Americans set focus on fitness, finances, and health, as well as well-being, with most goals quickly falling by the wayside. Fox's Steve Harrigan has some tips for staying on track.
I really just want to be more independent, find more happiness.
Get to the gym more, like to make a little more money.
All the usual, lose weight, drink less, exercise more.
With the calendar flipping from 2023 to 2024, millions of Americans are already working to fulfill the resolutions they've made. But research shows only 9% of people complete the goals they set in the new year, with 23% lasting only through the first week, and 43% giving up by the end of January.
Sometimes people put a lot of pressure on themselves that if they don't succeed right away, that they feel really bad about themselves.
Still, experts say there are some ways to stay on track.
Well, I would encourage you to remember the reason why you set up that resolution. That will help you stay motivated.
In addition, setting smaller and more realistic resolutions are good first steps in creating lasting change.
It's important to anchor them based on who you are and where you are now, so that you set appropriate goals. And again, remembering that goals are only there to serve a function, to get you started.
According to a recent Forbes Health One poll survey, 62% say they feel pressure to set a New Year's resolution. But experts say part of succeeding is easing up on the pressure you put on yourself.
The goals should be seen as what they are, which is a tool in your tool set to allow you to continue to grow.
When asked why their resolutions fail, most Americans give a one-word answer: stress. In Atlanta, Steve Harrigan, Fox News.
Speaking of resolutions, that dry January commitment may actually improve your overall health. A new study claims that those who took part in the trend, which swears off alcohol use for the entire month of January, reaped benefits for at least 6 months after. The Hazelden Betty Ford Chicago outpatient manager says the benefits have been found to lead to recovery from alcohol dependency and drinking habits, which can lead to a change in lifestyle. People can feel the positive effects in as little as 48 hours and can experience better sleep, more energy, and improvements in smell and taste after a month of cutting out drinking. And when we come right back, we'll have our full 5-day forecast. Stay tuned.
High temperatures near 30 today, but we are not going to stop there. High temperatures up near 40 tomorrow, but when will it rain and or snow again? Details for you when I come back.
Experience Hyundai Winter Getaway Savings at Quirk Hyundai in Bangor. Drive home in the 24 Tucson all-wheel drive for only $299 per month and enjoy 3 years or 36,000 miles of complimentary maintenance. It's your Hyundai. Find it at Quirk. Cheers to 50 years.
Come bowl a few games here at Bangor Brewer Bowling Lanes. We're one of the only candlepin bowling alley centers in Maine, conveniently located in the heart of Brewer. You always have the opportunity to simply bowl for fun. However, you can also join a league. We have youth leagues, adult and senior leagues. Now don't forget, we also host birthday parties for under $100, and gift certificates are also available. Give us a call right away at 989-3798 to make reservations for your birthday party today.
Commercial vehicles can be dangerous, and they usually carry big insurance policies. So whether you're hurt by a landscaping truck like this, a work van like this, or a big rig like this, we know commercial vehicle accidents, and we know how to get you the big money you may deserve. If any commercial vehicle hurts you, call the Twos. We win for you.
Hurt by a commercial vehicle? Call the Twos. We win for you. Call 222-2222.
Tired of your internet service constantly letting you down? Those other providers may promise the world with their flashy advertisements, but are you truly having a good customer experience? Fear not, because there's a new player in town. Introducing GoNet Speed. No more endless hold times or automated responses. We're here to listen, support, and provide you with the exceptional service you deserve. Our fast, reliable fiber internet, it's mind-blowing. Let us show you what true internet satisfaction feels like.
the new celebrity guessing game.
Who is the celebrity behind the relative?
That could win you life-changing money.
You got it right!
We Are Family, January 3rd on Fox.
All right, here we go. High temperatures back up mostly in the 30s across the area today. Again, that's not normal. Average high being in the 20s this time of year. We're all above that today and likely tomorrow with high temperatures for a couple of you back in the low 40s across the region for tomorrow. Generally across the area now, we're a bit warmer than we were yesterday at this time, but overall, we're going to make things even warmer tomorrow before a cold front gets through here on Thursday, and that is going to really cool us off then behind that with high temperatures Thursday dropping and highs Friday, Saturday, Sunday, probably Monday, only in the 20s around here. Right now, the winds out of the north around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Got a little gusty earlier, wind gusts near 15, not a big deal at all. That's making feel like temperatures, though, hang out in a couple areas in the single digits. So be careful out there tonight. There are some cool temperatures around. It will not be quite as cold as it was last night, though. So where's the cold air? Well, it's right there. It's going to flirt with us beginning probably Thursday and Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday. Overall, though, we're not going to get really cold around here. But overall, we're going to see cooler temperatures on the way, likely arriving later Thursday, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday being a bit cooler around here. All right, so we're melting some more snow. So generally, there's an inch of snow on the ground across much of their area. A few spots have more, a few spots have less than that, but overall, about an inch left. We're melting a bit of that today with some sunshine and high temperatures just above freezing. Now, tomorrow, we'll get our meltdown again, as we'll likely have high temperatures, upper 30s, a couple low 40s, and maybe a few rays of sunshine in there as well, so that will likely melt some more snow. And there's not a lot of snow in our forecast anytime soon. There could be a little bit of snow as a factor for us on Thursday. Lots of partly cloudy skies out there today. That'll keep this way tonight into tomorrow as well. The atmosphere is pretty energized, though, so after the west of us, not much going on here, but the pattern is beginning to change as we have moisture flowing north out of Texas currently, a series of systems now across the west, all kind of lined up here, and that'll likely begin to change our pattern as well. It'll probably take to the weekend, late in the weekend, to do it after a couple snow showers on Thursday. But next week could be a bit cooler and a bit snowier around here, but still, we're not quite there yet. All right, going forward, though, for tonight, no issues at all. Tomorrow, we'll call it partly cloudy skies once again. Here's tomorrow midday or so. Not much going on. Partly cloudy skies once again. And then tomorrow night, or more so on Thursday, will be a front in the area. As this passes through, there could be enough lift in the atmosphere to give us a little bit of light snow. It will not be a big deal, but it could give us an inch of snow on Thursday. The model forecasts kind of say less than that, most likely, maybe a half inch of snow across parts of the area on Thursday afternoon. Our forecast then tonight, though, is mostly clear skies, low temperatures down near 18, with a southwest breeze around 5. For tomorrow, all right, so I went with mostly sunny. It could easily be partly cloudy tomorrow, with high temperatures up near 38 and a west wind around 5. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows a story, some sunshine tomorrow, a couple of snow showers on Thursday, not a big deal. Cooler, though, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, high temperatures in the 20s.
All righty, Jeff, thank you. And sports is coming right up next. Stay with us for that.
Are your basement walls bowing, crumbling, or failing? Hi, I'm Tony Hafford with TC Hafford Basement Systems. All things basementy. Our Stable Lock Wall System offers a patented, affordable, and permanent solution to save your foundation walls. It stabilizes, fills voids, and structurally repairs, leaving a new smooth surface. All the strength of new walls. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basementy.
Behind every keepsake, there's a memory. Behind every photo, there's a story. Behind Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, there's people giving back by bringing back what was thought to be lost. The details, the time, and the expertise, all packaged up behind a name that Mainers have trusted for over 35 years. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories. We'll handle the rest.
Pro football fans, it's You Pick'em NFL, the Pro Football Challenge from Fox 22. Go to foxbangor.com, click on You Pick'em, and go to You Pick'em NFL. Make your picks, and you could be the weekly winner of either a $25 gift certificate from Chase's Family Restaurant in Bangor or from Chick-fil-A in Bangor. Brought to you by Mainly Eyes in Bangor, Twin City Tile in Brewer, Twin City Tint in Brewer, and Winterport Sheds. Compete all season long for the grand prize of $5,000. It's You Pick'em NFL from foxbangor.com.
Mom and Dad, you must be so proud.
We're proud of all of our children.
She has to say that.
Oh, you can't run away from me forever.
Just a heads up, this is my good side.
Yeah.
Bazinga, bazinga, bazinga.
Ah! Are you trying to kill me?
Weekdays at 6 on Fox 22. Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Diversified Ink Tattoo Studio in Bangor, located in the Penobscot Plaza, providing custom ink by licensed artists for more than 20 years.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's start out with Maine men's hockey. The now 7th-ranked team in the country continuing their roll over the weekend down at Dartmouth, winning the Ledyard Classic. Their wins over number 18 RIT and Dartmouth in the final, marking their 5th and 6th wins in a row. Junior Harrison Scott was the tournament MVP, while freshman Sully Scholl scored 2 goals in the final. Over their streak, skaters other than the usuals like the Nadeaus and Lyndon Breen have been coming up huge, something that has proven to them just how good they are.
It's nice when, a guy gets a hat trick or whatever in a game, but at the same time, it's not going to happen every night. So knowing that, we have 4 lines of guys that can play and hopefully 6 or 7 D, and that's what good teams do.
For us to win a couple games where we don't, have to pitch in to 1 or 2 goals, that's the reason why we're winning so much this year and why we're so consistent. That's kind of what I think separates us from other teams.
The Black Bears will have their final 2 non-conference games Friday and Saturday as they host Colgate. The focus now shifts to getting as high a seed in the Hockey East tournament as possible, and the team is committed to approaching every single game in the second half with a championship mindset.
Just sticking with the process that we've been doing, and again, just not being satisfied and not getting complacent, and knowing that, other teams are coming for us, but also we're trying to strive for more here.
I think it's just, learning to play championship hockey. Every night there's going to be a team putting up a good fight. We got to push them Dartmouth and RIT, and, we kind of just outlasted them, and that's just kind of what we're going to have to do every weekend.
Okay, now to some news out of Herman High School. The school's set to open their brand new track this year, and some help from a local business looks to help it be a top-class facility for years to come. The Danforth family, owners of Danforth Supermarket in Herman, announcing they are making a significant donation and providing naming rights to the track. The Danforth's donation ensuring money continues to roll in to help with future upgrades and maintenance. Danforth's general manager Brett Danforth says the decision to help out came down to more than just Herman athletics.
I think it's more so us wanting to give back to the community. A track facility is something that everybody of all ages can utilize, not just the athletes at the school. Yes, middle school and high school will be able to compete and have competitions and have proper practice facilities, but the track is also going to provide a place where everybody, senior citizens or working age people, can go and have a safe place that has a nice, consistent surface to walk on and try to live a healthier lifestyle.
Okay, now to the New England Patriots. The Pats will return to the practice field Wednesday morning as they get ready to host the Jets on Sunday in what will be their final game of the season. Pats coming off a 27-21 loss to Buffalo. At 4-12, the Patriots will finish up with their worst record since the 2000 season, which was head coach Bill Belichick's first in New England. Earlier Tuesday, Pats defensive coach Gerard Mayo talking about how despite the tough season record-wise, the team continues to fight week in and week out.
One thing I did learn this year is just the resilience of the people in this building, whether you're talking about players or coaches. The resilience is definitely a reflection of the top with the Kraft family and also Coach Belichick. And I didn't appreciate that as much until he went through this year. So it's one thing I learned.
Okay, now to some college hoops. Husson women's basketball playing their first game of the new year Tuesday against red-hot Bowdoin College. Eagles looking to avoid a 4-game skid here. Late first quarter, Husson's Jordan Lengel going to find Sophia McVicker from downtown, and she drills it. Polar Bears up 9 after 1, though. Second quarter now, Sophia Torres Reyes finds Bailey Donovan underneath. She is just so hard to stop at the rim. Now let's go to later in the second quarter. Bowdoin's Sydney Jones from Carly Davy, and what a Euro step here from the junior to put the Polar Bears up 13. Finally, Husson's Hannah Richards' pass is stolen by Maria Bellardi. She's going to go all the way to the hole by herself, count it, and the foul. Bowdoin goes on to win 68-64 to move to 11-1. And let's wrap things up with some high school hockey. Class B action with Camden Hills visiting Hamden Academy. Second period, Broncos on the power play. Keith Brooks finds Boston Merrow on the break. He's in, shoots, and scores to tie the game up at 2. Later, Merrow, another shot on net is going to be saved by Ollie Sawitsky, and on the rebound attempt by Brooks, he saves it again. Still second period, Merrow sends it along the boards. Lucas Dunn, the touch to Brooks, and he finishes. Hamden with a 3-2 lead now. Finally, 2-1 break here for Hamden. Merrow across ice to Dunn, and Dunn gets Merrow right at the doorstep, and he scores yet again. It's 4-2 Broncos. Wild third period, but they hang on to win 5-4. Okay, that's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts from reputable brands to ensure your vehicle is safe to drive. Here at Silver Fox, there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Come see us at 2004 Audlin Road in Herman.
CEM DP Porter Contractors has been in business for over 40 years in the Bangor area. We specialize in commercial, medical, and residential design build construction, as well as building maintenance and renovations. CEM DP Porter Contractors is currently hiring in Herman for multiple positions, including carpenters and a project manager superintendent. We offer vacation, holidays, a 3% IRA match, competitive pay, and a family-oriented environment. If interested in applying, please contact Jason at 848-7486.
Maine QuitLink offers free help to stop smoking and vaping, including personalized quit plans and free patches, gum, and/or lozenges with every program. Get connected to a quit coach, trained to develop a plan that works for you. Learn how to curb cravings and overcome slips and relapses. It's free, it works, and people who enroll are 2 times more likely to successfully quit. Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW or enroll online at mainequitlink.com.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
I'll go naked. I bet you will.
The fun in a game of words.
Flip-flop, cougar, Little Caesars. Sounds like a Tuesday for me.
Is choosing wisely.
I hope they know what it is, because we gotta take it. Want to try to win this thing, so I'll take Noogie.
25 words or less.
Knuckle head rub.
Noogie, you won the game, guys.
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22.
Pictionary.
Music, piano, keys. Piano keys. You're going to Panama.
Every weekday
on Fox 22.
Welcome back. Twins share so many things. Some share looks, personalities, and they usually share the same birthday. But for one set of twins in New Jersey, they won't even share the same birth year. Fox's Jennifer Joyce has the story.
Ezra was first. He's baby A.
New Year's babies, twins, Ezra and Ezekiel Humphrey, born 40 minutes apart at Virtua Hospital in Voorhees, New Jersey. But they don't share a birthday. In fact, they don't share a birth year. Ezra was born at 11:48 p.m. on New Year's Eve. Brother Ezekiel was born at 12:28 a.m. New Year's Day, 2024.
It feels like paperwork is going to be the most challenging, right? You tell somebody you've got twins, they want to write down the same date. Oh no, they're born different days, different years too.
That's going to be confusing. And then they're going to say we're twins and people are going to say you're lying.
The kicker, baby A, Ezra, now shares a birthday with his dad.
My birthday is New Year's Eve, and when she woke me up the morning of New Year's Eve. She said, "Happy birthday. I think my water broke. I need to go to the doctor."
Within hours, Ezra was born.
But having even one kid on your birthday, I mean, how rare, and just really cool to have that moment that we get to now share.
The fraternal twins are different, not only in looks, but personalities. Ezra, born at 6 pounds and sleeps a lot. Ezekiel, born 4 pounds, 15 ounces. Mom and Dad say he doesn't stop moving.
He's looking around, he's curious, so you can already tell different personalities.
Some very cute babies there. What a coincidence, too. All right, well, finally tonight, even though there are fewer farms in operation in Maine than in years past, farming is still a viable way to make a living. No one knows that better than the owners of Ash Hill View Farms in Carmel. That's where Ken and Nathan Sweat have been raising European red deer for consumption. The duo say raising and growing their own food helps them and others provide for their families. Our Jody Hersey introduces us.
Red deer are not native to Maine, but they are one of a handful of livestock the state of Maine allows farmers to raise.
Red deer is a subspecies of elk. They're larger, doesn't have the gamey taste of whitetail. We started out with 8 in 1992.
Ken Sweat and his son Nathan own and operate Ash Hill View Farms in Carmel, where approximately 100 red deer roam on 496 acres.
It's just a very hardy animal, and it seems to be able to handle our main environment quite well. We're going to probably try to keep a herd of between 150 and 200. That's the amount that we have for the land that's fenced in, and that's a manageable amount.
While male and female white-tailed deer are known as bucks and does, the Sweats say male and female red deer are called stags and hinds. The Sweats raise both genders until they're approximately 3 years of age, and then these animals are used for venison meat. That meat is then sold directly to customers or at the European farmers market right here in Bangor.
We go just with the standard tenderloin cuts, then down through the back straps and medallions, and down to hamburger and stew meat.
Nathan Sweat is preparing to take over the farm and really wants to encourage and teach others to embrace being self-reliant and sustainable.
I'm going to try to diversify a little bit to be able to remind people that we can take care of ourselves and that we actually have to have a need to remember to take care of our neighbors. That's the way that Maine always has been, and I want to make sure that continues.
In Carmel, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Really cool business right in our backyard. Great story there. All right, well, that's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. Take care and good night.